Good afternoon. We ran out of fuel again. It's inevitable, but we had to go to town and get some groceries anyway and fuel for the loader, so it all worked out. But we're gonna head down and get harnesses on the rams, put the paint on, and then put them in with the lambs. I need to quit calling them lambs. They're a year plus old. But we're going to put them in with those lambs. And then we need to do a little rearranging to give them more headspace to eat. And I think that is all we're doing today. It's pretty gloomy and crummy, and it rained buckets last night, so everything is just a mess. And we just kind of are taking it easy today. Good boy, Bon Jovi. So we brought in the last four of the 6 rams we're going to use. And this one is the only one in this group of 4 that has never bred anything before. So I have 3 that are first timers and 3 that are seasoned. And all of them are more than ready to go in. What we ended up doing is putting in, and there's one more right there, in 6 rams. I have never bred this way intentionally. We have had it where we flock bred before when the rams have gotten loose, but we haven't done it on purpose. I am very much a one-on-one type breeder, so this is totally new for me. I have 3 rams that are first timers, like him, and I have 3 that are seasoned, like him. So hopefully we will get the majority of these girls covered. They're all wearing the same color paint because I am not terribly worried about who the daddy is as I am who gets covered. Just so that I have an idea of, did 50% of them get bred or did only 20% of them get bred? So yeah. Here's to the next 34 days. Okay, next step, we need to make some more headspace, and so we'll go ahead and open up that section where the water trough is going to be, and then we need to put some feeder bunks along the panels so that they have somewhere to eat. Yeah, they may be a pain to clean, but they do go up really easy.
Yeah, and they're... My biggest thing is how slick they are when the lambs get in.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of how the lambs waller in them.
But as far as for feeding and stuff goes, they work great.
They really do. And the fact that they're not like out in the elements.
Right, they'd be, you know, the ones out there on the outside feed bunk, the sun's kind of kicked their butts.
Yep, but these, they've been in here, what, 5 years?
Probably.
7 years?
Yeah, 5. Anyway.
5 at least, and they're still, I don't think, well, other than having to replace them because we've hit them with the loader.
Right.
We haven't had to replace them. Well, we got a few that are getting red. And of course, sheep are going to look like they've been through a massacre by the time this is done. But even my little Milli Vanilli's going to town. That's so sad that some of them are bigger than he is. Hello, Ned. He figured out there were sheep in here. But he's not so sure he wants to stay in. Yeah. So we went ahead and opened this up so that they could have the headspace over here. Closed this off so nobody falls in there, since we had one ewe that ended up with her back legs in it when one of the rams pushed her there. So yeah, this is going to be an interesting experiment. Not really sure how I feel about it yet, but we do have quite a few red butts going on already.
Looks like we're going to go through a lot of red paint.
I am guessing we're going to go through a lot of red paint, so I probably ought to put it in order. Okay, let's start the loader. Ran the loader out of fuel yesterday when he was loading it and didn't have time to shut it off, so I'm hoping we have some ether that once he gets the fuel in, I can spray ether up here and it will start. Still got branches up here from when you went through the tree.
Yeah.
All right, whenever you're ready.
Cold?
Yeah, my hands get a little chilly. Leaves marks.
But you won't have any warts on the end of your finger.
Yeah, no joke. All right.
Matt's mad.
Yeah.
Matt's still mad.
Oh, come on, dude. Now that we have rams over here with this group, I put a gate up so that these babies over here can't get through to the other side. You know, it was one thing when it was empty or, you know, it was just these little lambs in here, but I just don't want to risk one of them getting trampled because they got on the wrong side of the world. Yeah, we're pushing it a little bit. There's still some headspace down here. They just haven't quite found it yet. I think we'll be okay. One more bunk probably wouldn't hurt. But I think we'll be okay. There are some open spots. he go? Maybe he left. One of these birds. Where the heck did he go? Was that golden? He was not happy with all the hawks. And now I can't find him. He could have gone and roosted in the trees. Well, that is day 1 of our January breeding group. So we will see how things progress from here on out. I'm really not sure how I feel about this whole thing. My issue is, so these lambs all still have their red tags in from when they were babies. We haven't switched them out yet. 1, because I haven't had time, and 2, because I don't have the tags. So, and most of them you can't read the outside where the sun's been on them. It's warped the ink, and so it's gone. So you have to look at the inside of the ear. Makes it really tough to try and catch them to look in the inside of the ear to figure out who got bred. So what we're going to end up having to do is in 34 days when this group is done, we're going to run them through the chute, and basically anybody that has a red butt, we're going to check off as being covered, and then that'll just kind of give me an idea in my head as to how many got covered in this group. And then in June when they lamb, I'll be able to tell, of those ones that got covered, were they all actually bred or were they playing around? If I had a ultrasound machine or somebody that could ultrasound my sheep, we've tried a couple different vets, hasn't been a good thing. So I do have a friend that has an ultrasound machine. She does goats. If I beg and plead, she might be able to come out and do them, but I don't think the machine is hers. I think hers. I think she borrows it from someone. So, I really need to just save the money and get one for myself so that I can learn how to do this, and then I don't have to rely on somebody else. So that is on my bucket list this year, is to save the money to invest in an ultrasound machine so I can ultrasound my own sheep. And then that will give me a better idea of who's been bred, who hasn't. And now that we're going to be breeding 3 times a year, rather than having to skip a breeding. So any of this group that doesn't get bred, they're going to lamb in June. My next breeding group is in May. So anybody who doesn't get bred is going to have to wait till October. So it just makes me skip a breeding, which isn't that big of a deal. If they're out on pasture, I'm not out any feed. So we'll see how it goes.